Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen.A, the platform where we speak truth to power. This morning, there's a number of things we're going to talk about. We're going to do a video about the attack on Professor Banji Akintoye's home later, and we'll probably come live. I'll probably come live at some point later on today, and we'll probably do a program on that because that's worth doing a program. But today, right now, I want you to listen to Ninas. If you haven't joined Ninas, I suggest you do so. The link is above me on the screen as you watch. Join Ninas. Very important. This is not a game. If you're a Southerner, whatever support that you have, whatever organization that you're with, make it your first point of call to join Ninas. We need that referendum now. These guys are beginning to target our people. The fact that they targeted the home of Professor Banji Akintoye. Thankfully, he wasn't there. He's somewhere else. He's already suspected this. But that tells us something. They are trying to progress this thing. They're rapidly trying to take the whole thing over. We mustn't be cowed. We need to continue to speak up for a referendum now. Now, let me play this video. It's got 10 things you didn't know about the fraudulent Nigerian Constitution. It's only about 2 minutes long. Have a listen. And let's, please, when you get it, do share. Very, very important. Share it. Here goes.
10 things you never knew about the 1999 Constitution. Did you know that the 1999 Constitution was promulgated by the Military Decree 24 of 1999? And to think of it, this 1999 Constitution was never subjected to a referendum.
Did you also know that this 1999 Constitution was written by a selected few that never got the consent of the indigenous nationalities or its representation?
Did you know that after writing the 1999 Constitution, it was hidden from the public until after the inauguration of President Obasanjo in 1999?
Funny enough, this 1999 Constitution was not printed by the government press or any known printers in 1999.
Did you know that the 1999 Constitution created a unitary government as against the projected federal government, and this forged an inefficient, over-centralized government, as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous?
In all this, did you know that this 1999 Constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
And interestingly, did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security agencies?
And finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C, absolves the government from liabilities regarding rights of the citizens as provided in Chapter 2, making this right not justifiable?
This and many more are the reasons why corruption, unaccountability, incompetence, and insecurity are institutionalized in Nigeria.
So you got it there? I will do something. 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to just do something. Let me go back. I want to give those of you who will watch that, and I'm going to take my face off the screen so you can see that side of it, and then we'll continue on. 1 second. There you go. So I'm going to give that for a few minutes for those who will want to watch so you can follow what is being said there. I'm going to then, I'll play this to the end, then I'll come back in. Let's play that bit. You need those numbers, they're very important. So thank you. Now I'm going to come back. I'm going to be back on the screen now. Okay, now we're back. Very, very important points they made there. Now I want to go and get something for you. Section 6. Let's go and look at Section 6. Yeah, let's go and look at Nigerian Constitution. Those of you who know Citizen.A, go to the website, click on it, go onto the and then onto the website and then click on the green one, the fraudulent one. Now, chapter 2, section 6. It says chapter 2, section 6. Let me see. So let's have a look at it now. So I'll bring it up. I'm just gonna bring it up. Section 6. Let's have a look. I'm gonna bring that section that they read. It's important that you follow it. Number 6. Absolves. Let's have a look. I'm trying to see. Okay, I'm coming. I'm just trying to read this. There's a section that they said there, and I want you to listen to that bit. Section 6. Now let's listen back. 1 second. I want to listen to that section. That where they said something there. Let's go back. So let me just listen back again. Listen to this bit, so we can all hear it together. Listen.
Over centralized government,
Listen.
as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous.
In all this, did you know that this 1999 Constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
We never did. There was no referendum.
Did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security agencies?
And finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C...
Now, 6, subsection 6C. You heard that. Let's go look for it. I wanted to make sure it was the right place. Section 6, subsection 6C. Okay, so we're now in section 6, yeah? Subsection 6C. If you're not listening, listen to it now. I want you to listen and watch closely. I'm going to blow it up. Let me blow it up. You can see, so you can see it. Can you see it on the screen? It says here, the judicial powers vested in accordance with the foregoing provisions of this section C shall not, except as otherwise provided by this Constitution, extend to any issue or question as to whether any act of omission by any authority or person as to whether any law or any judicial decision is in conformity with the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy set out in Chapter 2 of this Constitution. So they absolve themselves of any responsibility. And, it says here, let me read again. Shall not, except as otherwise provided by this Constitution, extend to any issue or question as to whether any act of omission. So they will, by any authority or person as to whether any law or judicial decision is in conformity with the fundamental objectives and directives or principles of state policy set out in Chapter 2 of this Constitution. See that word omission? It's the key word. So they can decide to disregard the Constitution as and when they see fit. They can do whatever they wish and they will not be held accountable, because it's within here. That's a fraud, my people. That's a fraud. The same omission, that word omission there. Now, let me bring you another thing I want you to see. I like to do this so that this is another document that I'm bringing. I've brought this to you so many times, but it's so relevant, so relevant. Now, I'm going to go into, oh, goodness me, 11:04, okay. So let me look at the time. Sorry, I'm just trying to get you this information. I'm so incensed by what I'm seeing. Sometimes you read it and you don't quite pick out things. And I've read this a lot of times, and I picked that up, and I had an issue with it, but I was so focused on trying to get people to learn that I actually didn't comprehend. When I read the words fully again, they've got so many hidden traps for us. That's why we should have had a referendum on this. Let's go in here and then here. Now, I'm going to make that smaller because I want you to see what I mean. So now I'm going to do this. See, there's a word omission here. Can you see that? Yeah. Now let me go and bring that thing back. You see the same word crop up again. It's going to crop up in the same document. 1 minute, please. Hope I can get it. So it says here, the same thing. They gave themselves power to omit certain parts. So it says here, wherever it may hereafter be necessary for the Constitution to be printed, it shall be lawful for the federal government printer to omit all parts of this decree. See, that's the word again. Omit, omission. Same thing. Absolve themselves for any responsibility for the actions that they take. Let me say that again. They are absolving themselves for any responsibility for the actions that they take that will impact the people, the very people they denied the right to a referendum. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see? There's much more traps in this stuff. Can you see that we need to rewrite this constitution? Can you see that? I will be bringing this back on a live broadcast. But it is time for the people in the villages, in the towns, in the cities, in Yoruba land, Biafra land, Middle Belt, Igbo land. However, we must in Igbo land. In Igbo land, Lower Niger, as how using the terms of Ninas at this point. Please, let's not get into semantics right now. Terms of Ninas, Lower Niger, South, West, and the Middle Belt. However it's termed. Just try and get what I'm saying. We are oppressed as Southerners, and we are the indigenes to that area, the place known as Nigeria. The place they renamed Nigeria. We were always Yoruba land, Benin, and we had our kingdoms. They destroyed it. The British destroyed it, and they put a name Nigeria in position of a name of which we have no part of. We don't recognize that name. Our ancestral name is Yoruba name, and we're keeping that name. The Fulanis were then used to oppress us in our land. The Fulanis come from Futajalon. Don't take my word for it. I want to remind you all. I take every opportunity to make this a teaching moment for all of us so that we can learn and be able to tell people, confidently. That's where they come from, okay? That is where the Fulanis who are doing all of this twisting and lying, omissions, omit all of it, and they take no responsibility. They put themselves in power and they don't take any responsibility for their actions and the impact on the people. So they can't be held accountable. And they say they are leaders. And you want the same referendum. You want the same constitution. You want this promulgation decree, of which we never had a referendum. No more. We mustn't have it. We have the right to self-determination as indigenous people of Yoruba land, Igbo land, Middle Belt, and so on in the South. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen.A, the platform where we speak truth to power. Remember, they come from Futajalon. The Fulanis come from Futajalon. And they are not indigenous to any part of what is known as Nigeria, which is a colonial name which we reject. Now, let's carry on. I will just leave this here. I'm going to move that away. So let me just do this. So I just wanted to bring this. I'm leaving it on the screen because it's very important what we've just uncovered here. And I will be back later on and do a program on the attack on Professor Banji Akitu's home. It is shocking. It is sickening, and we were going to, we will really, we will of course talk about that in detail, and we'll probably go live at some point today. We will be, yeah. So, you can see please share this broadcast when you get it. The information here is damning evidence. They are lying. They omit. They didn't print it. You heard them say in the broadcast that they did not print out the document until after President Segun Obasanjo was sworn in. And you still talk about that we have a constitution. We don't. It's a promulgation decree. This is an imposition. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen.A, the platform where we speak truth to power. We only deal in one currency, truth. We are the Sorosoki generation with evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, please, as ever, I urge you, do not forget to subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. It would really help to get the message out there. It would really help us if you can get the message out there. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, give us the thumbs up. Very, very important. Help us spread the message. Help us share this platform. Help us grow this platform. We need you in support to help us grow this platform, because we will be bringing key information, such as we just done right now, to you to learn and know the things that have been hidden from you. We are working in partnership with Ninas and many other people of the South who are speaking up for self-determination. And that is what we must continue to do. We want everybody in the South to know they have the right to self-determination. That is their inalienable right. And nobody must prevent them from exercising that right via a referendum. That's why we are calling on the UN to help us create, put in place an independent, reliable referendum, so we can decide if we are going to be part of that contraption or we go our separate ways. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you for watching. Please share, and share. I'll be back later on. Thank you and goodbye.